go, here we 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 go now. Here we go now. Yeah. What's up going on, everybody? This is Mac here on this beautiful, partly cloudy with a chance of rain and a hurricane coming by day. Bringing you a wonderful video, expanding a little bit on that last video I did. The last video I did was a little bit about car debt and stuff like that, and this morning I woke up thinking I should just expand on it. Wow, look at that sunshine coming through the back window. I swear, it's that one spot right there that always does it. See, look, now my big ass head's blocking it. You guys can't see it. I do that. There it is. Oh, I got a head that can block out the sun, guys. I mean, that's not a good thing. Go ahead and make fun of that. I've got a weirdly shaped head too. But anyways, let's get back to it. All right. I was talking about car debt and, loaning/leasing a vehicle, putting yourself into a hole because you wanted a brand new Ford Raptor, Mustang, Camaro, etc. You wanted a fancy vehicle, a depreciating asset nonetheless, but you wanted a fancy vehicle because you work hard for your money and all this other good stuff. Well, got me thinking about, debt in general. See, me and my wife follow the Dave Ramsey plan. We have for years. And it has helped us out tremendously. It's 7 baby steps, alright? And before I get into it, the reason why we decided to start following the Dave Ramsey plan and everything is that at the beginning of our marriage, see, we were together for a while. We were together, she's gonna be mad at me if I don't know this off the top of my head. We were together for almost 8 years, since high school, okay? So that first year of marriage was pretty rough. Well, I wouldn't say it was pretty rough. It was still, the honeymoon phase, whatever. But money did bring up its ugly head. Why? Because sorry to say, money makes the world go round, ladies and gents. Your love can only go so far if you guys are both broke. I'm sorry if it's going to create unnecessary strain on your relationship if you guys, it's not a matter of how much money you make, it's the way you manage your money that's the key. Okay, I don't care if you make $80,000 a year, I don't care if you make $30,000, I don't care if you make a 6-figure salary a year. If you don't know how to manage your money, then your relationship, marriage is doomed to fail. Okay, sorry, but the number one reason why divorce is prevalent in marriage is money. I mean, it's money. I hate to say it, money causes a lot of stress. Money woes cause a lot of stress when you're living. Look at statistics. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, which almost 75% of Americans are. So take three people out of a 4-person room, they're living paycheck to paycheck. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, that's a rough way to live and not a fun way. That's not fun. So we started to get into this Dave Ramsey program because a little backstory. An item was bought and somebody got the buyer's remorse from it, all right? And then that said person started listening to some YouTube videos and suddenly found Dave Ramsey. And the other person started listening, and next thing you know, we're on board with the Dave Ramsey program. Okay, we're on board. However, we weren't fully committed on board. I mean, we did our own little thing. It was like more of the situations of your debt is your debt, my debt is your debt, but we're still going to follow this plan of paying off our debt and everything like that. Well, I'm going to admit, I got my debt paid off. I mean, I was making a lot less than what my wife was making, but I got all my debt paid off, but she was paying all these other bills at the house and everything like that, because I'm gonna admit it, she's more of the bread maker and stuff like that. And so I got all my debt paid off. I was excited. I didn't have anything, credit wise into my name, and I was excited. You can see it in my eyes. However, I couldn't see it in my wife's eyes. I couldn't share this momentous moment that I worked basically a year and a half for. I couldn't share it with the one person that I should be sharing it with. The one person that I considered the love of my life. So, at that moment, I made the decision of helping her out. Well, that started a different kind of conversation as to why we didn't want to help each other out, okay? And the reason why we didn't want to help each other out was, in my case, as the man of the household, we decided to, in my pink shirt, we only wear pink on Wednesdays, ladies and gents, alright? But as the guy, my wife, like I said before, my wife at the time was making a lot more than me. And in my mind, my stupid idiot mind, my stupid guy mind, was that why should I help somebody who makes more than me if they can't manage their money better than me? That's my stupid ignorant mind. That's my stupid mind right there. Okay? So that was mine. In my wife's case, it was because she grew up from mostly from a single parent household, and she had to fight for everything that she's ever gotten. In other words, she didn't have help. I mean, not in that type of help, like that type of help, but most of what she wanted, what she wanted and stuff in life, she had to get herself. She didn't have help from anybody. And because of that, it incurred a lot of debt. But it also incurred a lot of reluctancy to accept help from her husband. And when I fully decided to get on board with her and start helping her out and everything like that, there was some backlash towards it. She was reluctant to accept my help. She kept saying, no, you're doing fine, just keep saving your money, so that when we want our land to start building, we'll already start having that built up. I'll get all my stuff paid off. And I eventually told her, I said, look, this ain't a I, this ain't a me, this ain't a you. This is an us. Now, we're gonna pay it. And I told her, because I had enough money to pay off, because how the plan works. I'll explain how this plan works. I told her, all right, well, I'm gonna pay off this credit card she had. As soon as Friday rolls around, and I got the budget, and I got our budget set up. She's like, no. And I looked at her and said, look, I'm gonna transfer this money over. Well, when we first fully, let me a little bit back it up a little bit more. Okay, when we first started doing it, when I first started to commit to it, I decided to allow her to have access to my bank account. Now Dave Ramsey program says you should combine your money into one account. We didn't do that. We still don't do that. That's just our personal preference. It doesn't mean you guys have to do it, okay? But I do allow her access to my accounts, just like now she allows access to her account, and now we have a joint savings account. But that's beside the point, because I told her this. I said, I'm gonna transfer this money over to you so you can pay off your credit card, because she knows how to pay it off. She knows it's in her wallet and stuff like that. And she's like, no, keep saving the money. And then I looked at her and said, okay, look, you either pay off this credit card tomorrow, because this is at night. That's the reason why we didn't pay it. It wasn't because I didn't have money. It's because it was at night. I told her this. I said, you either pay this credit card off tomorrow, or I'm reaching into your wallet, grabbing the credit card myself, and paying it myself. And she saw the look in my eyes. I was being dead serious about it. I was literally going to grab into her wallet and pay off this credit card. Okay? And then she finally just broke down. You know, she's like, okay, all right, I'll do it. So next day she pays off this credit card. She pays it fully off. It's like a balance of $700 something. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. Well, after she paid it off, we got together that night and everything to discuss future, you know, because we had started ever since we started doing it, since then, we've been having more and more healthier discussions about money and how to manage it and stuff like that, and about why we had such problems with it. She told me why she had such problems with accepting my help. I told her why I had so much problems of wanting to help, like my own pride. We both had a pride on the line that we allowed to get in our way and stuff, and then we discussed our goals, you know, what are our goals in the future, how are we going to get aligned and stuff like that. And we still do this. We still discuss our goals and everything, and we do it in such a healthy way that honestly it has improved our marriage a lot more. Alright? We had the stress of a kid being born at the time we were paying off all this debt and everything, and we were still being able to pay off debt despite my wife carrying our child, because we were able to start managing our money a lot better than before. And let me tell you, it was a huge weight off our shoulders. Like I said, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how you manage your money. And we're so thankful that we fully got on board with it, because if we didn't, we probably wouldn't be, our marriage would probably be a lot more strained than what it was. Okay? And the reason why I'm saying this, the reason why I'm bringing it all up, is because debt is always going to be, money is always going to be into the equation. And the reason why we started following the Dave Ramsey and stuff like that was because what we both agreed is that at one point, since we're together, we're supposed to be a one body and one mind. Why are we bringing different finance tricks and trades to the table and following our own thing instead of trying to be together on it? Now, don't get me wrong, there's a natural spender and a natural saver. My wife will admit she's a natural saver, or spender. I will admit I'm the natural saver. But there's a balance that we have in between each other, okay? And we have a full understanding and a clear understanding of how our money should be spent, how it should be, you know, invested, and, you know, how our goals should look towards, you know, 5-10 years in the future. And the main reason why we started following the Dave Ramsey is because we wanted to have a universal level. We wanted to be on the same level. And this is the greatest advice I can give to anybody starting off a marriage or anything like that, is that when it comes to money, you have to have the same end game, the same similar ideology and things like that. You have to be on the same level with it. Okay? Because if you're not, no matter how hard one tries to save or how hard one wants to spend, there's going to be resentment towards one another. Okay? And that's just the cold hard truth. Alright? And as a parent, I would say this to other parents: make sure you understand your money situation first before even thinking about, this is going to be the weird part, before even thinking about it's for the kids. Because if you ever flown on a plane, when the flight attendant's going, make sure you put on your oxygen mask first. Okay? That's not a joke. If your kid's there, kid's right next to you, still put on your oxygen mask first, because then you can help your kid. If you're passed out because you're worried about trying to get your kid's oxygen mask on, and then he passes out because you couldn't do it because you passed out, then you're just as equal. Then that's just useless. You just did too stupid. So make sure that you have a good lifeline before you even start thinking it's for the kids. Okay? You should be able to budget and balance correctly for the bare necessities before you start doing all the wants and everything like that. Alright? That's not me. But yeah, whatever you do, when it comes to debt, when it comes to money, is that for marriage, people, you have to follow. You have to be on the same level. Alright? You have to have the same type of understanding. And this involves a very, very awkward, most of the time, a very gut-wrenching truth for both parties. Alright? This ain't no man needs to know better or a woman needs to know better. This is a truth for both parties. I'm sorry to say, it is a truth for both parties. And you have to be realist with it. Alright? And you have to be honest about it. And you have to be supportive about it when you do it with your spouse. Because you gotta support your spouse no matter what their endeavor. I wouldn't say what their endeavor is, but you have to be supportive. Okay? You gotta ask the question, why you want this? What do you see this in the future for? Et cetera, et cetera. I mean, you gotta have it in a universal, level playing field. Now, this also goes for the couples that only have one parent or one spouse working. I said it. Even if one spouse is working, the other spouse has just as much weight in this conversation than you think. Okay? This ain't the ye olden days, okay, where the man works, the woman stays home, cooks and cleans, yada, yada, yada. I don't care how hard an individual works for their money, alright? And you think it's my money, it's my money. If you do that, if you start thinking like that, you need to stop before it's too late, alright? Because it's supposed to, when you're together, when you're married, it's supposed to be ours, alright? I allow my wife access to my bank account, and my wife allows access to her bank account, because we have a trust and understanding. Not only do we hold each other accountable, but hey, it's much easier to have our bank accounts open to each other than trying to start a new starting a new joint one, honestly, for us. Because then I have to go through all this direct deposit crap, and I'm not dealing with it right now. I don't want to deal with it. All right, we're still focused on our own thing. So, I know this is a little realist type conversation. My energy level came a little bit down, ladies and gents. Let me tell you. But let me tell you, having a plan for your money, having a little bit more insight, having a goal for your money more than anything, a goal that you can keep, a goal that's smart, is going to save a lot of heartache in a relationship. All right, and even an individual like yourself, even if you aren't together with anybody like that, or you're just starting to see somebody and stuff like that, you can get into the good practice of managing your own money, of managing money. All right, until the moment comes where you bring everything together. Okay, learn how to manage yourself before you try helping manage somebody else. Right? Learn how to manage yourself in a way that promotes growth, promotes happiness, before you even try helping somebody else. Okay? Because if you're drowning, how are you supposed to help somebody else from drowning? Alrighty, well, that's all for today for this short little video, this short little 20 minute video. I hope you all are going to enjoy the rest of your day, and as always, work hard, ladies and gents. Work hard. Peace.